over what's going on. And I've been quiet for the past year and a half plus into myself. Took myself away from everyone because I knew what was going to happen. If people knew what happened the day before Jared passed and the day that Jared passed and everything like that, which I cannot speak upon at this moment, but I will. I just have to make sure that I am safe. So please, one, don't show anyone this, but two, know that you guys have my full support because I cannot let Jared's legacy be what it is. Jared would never treat any of his fans like this. And Jared made enough money to not have this issue. I would literally sit on his lap every day and be like, don't go record. They don't need us. They don't need you anymore. You made so many songs that we're a liability being here. They didn't think I was going to make it through this year. There's been plenty of times I literally tried. They've tried and tried their hardest to make sure I wasn't going to be here. And I pushed and kept going because of this reason only. And I will make sure that shit changes. I just have to make sure that I am safe first.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We gotta talk about this situation with Ally Lotti and Juice Wrld, where she basically comes out and says that the label is the reason why he died, and the label's trying to get her killed too, man. We gonna get right into it, so let's go. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna run this up. So basically, this all stems from like, I don't know if this was a live, like some leaked video, because it's mad weird, because she says like don't show anyone, but then I guess it was proceeded to be posted by her or some fashion or sent to someone that was posted. But basically she goes on a long rant where she talks about basically, I guess there's something that happened before Juice Wrld died, which is like the reason why he died or led up to it, and the world doesn't want to know. And she was like basically kind of like held at a gag order to not say this shit, and the people that basically were behind it were basically trying to get her killed too. And I don't know if she's talking about Baby or like what exactly she's talking about in the label sense, but it seems like she's either telling the truth and scared for her life, or she's tweaking. And I just don't know, like it's such a weird situation. I be saying this too, like a lot of times like labels and stuff, like they have more business like when artists are dead than when they're alive, because the streams go so crazy and shit when people die off, you know. That's like a normal phenomenon that I be seeing. I made this in a whole video about this one label, Empire, which is basically kind of like an independent label that only does like licenses and stuff, but they don't have the masters. But their whole thing is like, yo, like a lot of their artists are like high risk street artists and stuff, and when they die their streams go up like crazy. Not saying that Juice Wrld wasn't a huge artist and didn't have like a cult following when he was like alive, but like obviously like the amount of streams that he has goes crazy. And it's like, you gotta think about it, after these artists sort of, if they keep living and stuff, they're always gonna have like that fan base, but I feel like they eventually sort of go not downhill, but they stay a little stagnant. Like Trippie Redd, for instance, like he's still alive and he's making good music, but I feel like he kind of reached the peak of how many more fans he can gain, and he's just kind of staying at the same pace, selling a couple here and there. But like when the artists die, they have an explosion of people that will listen to their old stuff, especially the stuff that's signed to the label. And there's no possibility of basically Juice Wrld ever becoming like independent or something, because the label owns all his music, I'm guessing. So I guess that's like the main incentive that these labels have when people die. But I'm not saying that the label necessarily did do it, but Ally Lotti sort of goes into like a lot of like not really details, kind of like vague statements, and she just sort of talks about it, and like it looks like she's still definitely grieving. Now, a lot of people were wondering why she didn't talk about this shit early on, but I'm guessing if people were trying to kill her, then why would she be talking about it, you know? But at the same time, I just feel bad in general. I be thinking that like the Juice Wrld, like the label that he signed on is literally gonna milk his shit forever. But I still feel like it's better done in the X label, where the X labels, you know, like after X died, they kind of just were releasing like fucking, I don't even know, throwaway tracks at that point. Now at least, I don't know, it seems like they're trying to move in a better direction than that. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a business, so they're just trying to like push his life on. I guess that's a good thing for the fans, but it's like, do the fans really even need like new music like that, especially shit that we don't even know if he would have released or not, you know? I feel like the fans are perfectly content with listening to his greatest hits and shit like that. So man, it's just a very interesting situation. And as for Ally Lotti, like hopefully she's okay. I mean, it looks like she might need some mental help, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but at the same time, like I couldn't really understand what exactly she was talking about, but it seemed like she was alluding to like his label or something was trying to get her killed. I don't know why, maybe she knew something, but you know, honestly, maybe more details will come out and she won't be as vague. But you know, if she's fearing for her life, then it makes sense. But hey man, if more details come out, I'm gonna definitely let y'all know. But until then, real say shit, you already know what's going on. Peace.